Hey everybody, it's me, it's Thor. I hope you're having a great day, morning, night, whatever time it is you're watching this, wherever in the world you are. Thanks for coming to hang out. Thanks for everyone new who's come to hang out. I appreciate that. It feels cool to have a growing community here. If you like hanging out, please consider doing it more and subscribing. Quick little bit of, I suppose, advertising. I do have some lessons slots available via Zoom, 40-minute lessons, and you can schedule a lesson via my website. So if that's something that interests you, please check that out in the link. I want to talk about what I think is what I consider destructive messaging in the grand scheme of YouTube guitar sphere and social media guitar sphere. People saying things like, your solos suck. People saying things like, you're practicing the wrong things. You're doing this wrong. Why you're not getting better. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I think that is unproductive to the world. People are trying to learn. People are trying to get better. It's like, I don't know, there's no need to put people down to bring them back up again, right? People know more than other people, right? That's why you seek out instruction, right? To seek a wiser person, someone who has more faculty perhaps on their instrument. But just because they're really good doesn't mean you're bad, okay? One thing and one thing alone will improve your guitar playing and your musicianship, and that's practice. That's it. There's a caveat to that. You have to be aware of what you're practicing. And I don't mean just like, obviously, I am playing this scale right now. You have to use your ears and have an understanding of what's happening at that moment. You know, it's important to know that however you want to label it, that doesn't even matter to me so much, right? That this is a major third and this is its inversion. That's important, but it's also important to know that that's an inversion of that. You get what I mean? You don't have to know that that's a D major third, right? G major dyad, to be exact, and its inversion, and that this is also a B minor inverted dyad, and that's your B minor dyad. You don't have to call it that. I don't care what you call it. It's just an awareness of what's going on. You know, people always allude to these very famous and important guitarists in the canon of popular music and how they couldn't read music and they, you know, they didn't know theory and stuff like that. They didn't know what a music scholar called it. You know what I mean? They didn't know, maybe they perhaps didn't know it as the same name as a classical composer or a classical violinist, but they knew what was going on. You know, you have to remember that. It's just a matter of semantics. So awareness of what you're practicing while you're practicing it. And then also while you're not practicing it. You know what I mean? You have to do it enough to retain it so you can think of it on the fly. That's the hard part. That right there is the big step that we all have to take at some point. And it happens naturally. You know, I believe in learning as much as you can about your fretboard, while at the same time learning the music that you like. You know what I mean? Like if I were to give you a lesson right now, it would be much more beneficial to you if you thought about the long game. You know what I mean? And learn that really this is the same as this. And why that is. And then you can take that and retain it and practice it all over the neck. And let that soak into your system, while at the same time, you know, you're learning, you know, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but you know what I mean. You're learning the songs you want to learn, because eventually you start to bridge the gap between what this is and what this is. So I guess the bottom line is just keep practicing, and don't listen to those people telling you why you're bad or why you're doing the wrong thing. It's not going to get you anywhere. You know, just, you know, accept your faults with your successes. And then you will become a better person and hopefully a better musician along the way. Sorry if I sounded preachy about this whole thing, but I think it's very important, and it's important to talk about. So that being said, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you have a great day or night or morning, or maybe you're going to bed. Sleep well. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.